Good morning, Libra. This is your reading for the month of May, True Sky Libra. So the first deck I'm starting with today here is the Norse Mythology Tarot. So on the bottom of the deck today we had the Draka card, which is of the suit of Harv, and it symbolizes the Viking ship, symbol of travel and discovery beyond the horizon, emotional movement, inner discovery, gentle change. The Draka invites you to let yourself be carried by the flow. So that's the shadow energy of the month for True Sky Libra. The first card we have, however, is Jotun. So Jotun is of the suit of Is, and he is actually the Herseer of Is, the primordial giants of ice, born before the gods, embodying ancient, chaotic, and untamable forces. The Jotnar are not just enemies. They represent the other side of creation, that which escapes control but is a necessary part of it, symbolizing raw power, primordial energy, radical freedom. Jotun invites you to recognize your instinctive forces and not to fear them. So that's the first card here today. Next we have, so he is Loki, and he's of the main cards of this tarot, and it's the only main card of this tarot. So that doesn't mean it won't be a significant month for you. However, the main deck stories are often a lot stronger than, it will be like your gods and goddess and really more stronger mythology than the other suits. And Loki is actually the 23rd card, so it's a bit different to other tarot. It goes up to 23, and he is known as the shapeshifter. So Loki is the god of deception, change, and shadow, master of metamorphosis. He disrupts the order with unpredictability and ambiguity. Loki represents the strength of necessary chaos. He destroys to open new spaces, but can also hide hidden dangers, symbolizing sudden transformation, breaking the rules, liberation. Loki invites you to embrace change, even if it destabilizes. Only by breaking patterns is the new born. So this is your crowning card for the month of May, Libra. So there might be some significant changes happening this month for you. Next one we have is Mjolnir. So Mjolnir is of the suit of Ulfbert, and Ulfbert is like a fiery suit, but it's not just the fire that burns, it's also about action, courage, but potential destruction as well. So Mjolnir is Thor's hammer, defends order and crushes chaos. Interesting, because we had Loki there talking about, and even the Jotun as well. They were talking about chaotic energies. So the symbolism of this is protection, moral strength, active justice. Mjolnir gives you the power to defend what matters. So even though we have these changing energies here, it's always good to remember what matters, Obviously, you don't want to destroy the things that matter. So the next card we have is Jormungandr, and Jormungandr is of the suit of Harv. So we've got two cards of the suit of Harv here today, and Harv is like the water suit, so it's associated with emotional bonds, internal cycles, Memory and emotional transformation. Jormungandr is known as the Draughten of Half. The world serpent, son of Loki, surrounds Midgard and holds together the cosmic balance. Its existence is a continuous tension between control and destruction. Jormungandr is the cycle of emotions that close in on themselves, the immensity that embraces and threatens, symbolizing cyclicity, intense emotions, deep balance. Jormungandr reminds you that even what seems immense can be contained. So that's interesting because we have these primordial forces here. So maybe there is some containment there of them. The next card we have also of the suit of half is the Vegvisir. And it is a magical symbol to orientate yourself in the storm and never get lost, symbolizing inner guidance, emotional trust, and spiritual direction. Vegvisir reminds you that the root is within you. So that's a lovely card to have as the center here, so you're not going to get lost this month. The next card we have is Gulumbursti. So Gulumbursti is of the suit of Fee, which is more to do with like material resources and things like that. So the suit of Fee is that the earth that offers and holds, that welcomes seeds and guards secrets. It's the weight of things, but also their beauty. So here we have the Herseer of Fee, the golden bristled boar created by the dwarves, symbolizes life force and prosperity. Gulumbursti represents the vitality of the earth, the fertility that sustains life, and the wealth that grows from the soil, symbolizing vital energy, abundance, connection with nature. Gulumbursti reminds you that the strength of the earth is a source of growth and support. So that's also lovely, nice and grounding there for our energies. Yeah. Next one we have is of the suit of Ulfberht, which is actually the only card we have in this suit for this reading. So that's interesting. We've only got one. So it's Dainsleif, the sword of King Hognathat, which cannot be drawn without killing, signifying point of no return. Fatal choice, final act. Dainsleif is the last word, act, but accept the consequences. So that's important to focus on, is the consequences of our actions. Central bottom card, so base of the matter, we have Gulvi. So Gulvi, our magical gold witch, we have here the Witch of Gold, symbol of longing and desire that can corrupt or transform, symbolizing profound transformation, power of desire, ability to change. Gulvi invites you to work on your inner passions. And then the last card we have today is a rune, Ewas. Ewas represents defense, death, and rebirth, symbolizing resistance, transformation, spiritual protection. Ewas helps you overcome difficult times with inner strength. The next cards I'm going to clarify with are the Pagan Otherworlds cards. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is the card representing balancing your resources and also your time. So being very decisive with how you spend your, not just money, but your time, which is, you know, worth more than money in a lot of circumstances. Okay, so to clarify the Jotun, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So there could be some significant resources coming in, but it's going to be a bit slow incoming. This could also represent a young masculine in your life at this time. Could be like late teens to early 30s. To clarify Loki, we have the High Priestess. So she's all about listening to the inner voice and the inner knowing. So Loki was all about change. So you really need to listen to your own perspective about what needs to change. You know, listen to your inner voice and your guidance. For Mjolnir, we have the Page of Wands, which is often it can be a child and, you know, up to teenage years, like, you know, late teens or something. However, it's generally of a passionate nature, so it can represent new passions growing and things like that. And because it's Mjolnir, that was all about protection. So these new passions are protected. It's not like a harmful thing. And then the next one we have, to clarify Jormungandr, we have the Knight of Swords. So this can represent a message coming in. You might get a message from someone that you need to hear from. And this was about the primordial energies. So it could also be a young masculine in your life at this time. And could be of the air signs. So the wands are the fires, the pentacles are the earth, and the swords are the air. So we have 3 figures already, 3 younger masculine figures. And the knights are older than the page, however. For the central card, the Vegvasir, we have the Hermit. So this is really kind of double clarified about this inner, you know, intuitive time that you need to be seeking. So the Hermit is a very wise figure, and it's like a way that you can live. So it's not a very social time. It's a very introspective, solitary kind of pursuit of wisdom. So this would be very protective for you at the moment. It doesn't mean you have to throw away all your outer, you know, extroverted experiences, but make sure you can spend some time alone to recuperate at this time. It will be very protective for you. Then we have, to clarify, Golvi. She was a very transformative figure. We have the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is a difficult card. It does represent a sense of humiliation and also feelings of inadequacy. This is linked here with Golvi though, and she's all about transforming things into gold. She, you know, they tried to kill her all these times and they couldn't. And she was transformed into gold. So it is interesting that difficult experiences sometimes can actually make us stronger on some level, you know, because we get through them. And it might not feel great at the time when you're going through a difficult experience. And I'm not saying to pursue this experience. Maybe just try to spend some time alone and clarify and regroup and figure out what you're going to do, you know, going on from here. However, you know, there is this hidden gold witch underneath here. So this, going through this experience might actually bring you some form of, you know, that opportunity to transform this negative experience into some positivity. So we also had Judgment for Gillenbursty here. So the Judgment card is often linked to like the divine, and it can represent like divine judgment. And so sometimes it can represent that you've gone through some hard times physically, even spiritually. However, because all the people are grouped here in the card, it does represent not so much a personal experience. So this is an experience that you've experienced with others. It's like a communal kind of experience, and there's a very spiritual element to it. So it's a very significant time that you're going through, and you might even find some higher guidance or some kind of like divine timing being present. The next card we have here to clarify Dainsleif is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, we have quite a lot of figures here, is a very sensitive, gentle natured masculine of the like 30 plus age range. So they could be really significant at this time. Interesting, they are with the Dane Sleeve card though, because this was all about acting, but with awareness of consequences. Could even be linked in here with this conflict that you're going through. And then the last one we have to clarify, the rune Elwaz, is the Empress. And this is all about rebirth. So the Empress is a very positive card. It is associated with Taurus and Venus. It's about like fruitfulness, abundance, fertility, you know, resources, all that kind of stuff. This could be you, or it could be someone in your life as well. The next cards I'm going to use to clarify with are the Kipper cards. On the bottom of the deck, we have Pathway. So this could be a significant time, as in like journey-wise. It could be a bit of a journey that you are going through currently. So up here, for this low-key transformative energy with this intuition, we have a house. So maybe you're moving or you're buying a house and you need to, this is what the change is about, and you need to rely on your intuition about this house. You know, you need to go there. You need to, you know, get your perspective on it before like buying it or moving there or whatever. Like, there's something important there about a house. For this protective energies with this Hermit, we have high honor. So there's someone of significance here, or you will be getting some kind of high honor. Now for the Golvi and the oh yeah, okay. So this was the card of conflict, and we have concern. So you are concerned, or someone is concerned about this situation, this conflict that's going on. The next cards I'm going to pull from are the Lenormand. And on the bottom of the deck, interestingly, we do have the clouds. And the clouds are also about like concerns and worries and anxieties and that kind of energy. Okay, so here for this house, we also have the Clover. So the Clover is a really positive card. So this house is I would say it's a really positive move. And then for the high honor, we have a female, a feminine here. So, okay, so now we have for the concern, we have the card for stability. So I'm not sure what is going on here, but it sounds to me like this conflict is not going to end anytime soon, that it's set in. Maybe moving is what is going to help you there. The next cards I'm going to pull from are the rune, Norwegian rune, woodcut runes. And this is on the bottom of the deck. It's Yira, and that one can represent, it's very cyclic, and it is to do with fertility as well, but it can also represent a year. So this might all actually either complete or take a year here, the situation. The house, the Clover, and then we have Daggers. So Daggers is a really powerful rune. Daggers is the rune of breakthrough, enlightenment, balance point, transformation, and awake. So this situation, yeah, it's going to be a real breakthrough and transformative experience. And then we have, so it was the woman, and then we have Elwaz. So Elwaz is to do with teamwork, trust, harmony, marriage, and loyalty. So there could be a marriage here with this woman, a high honor marriage. And Othala is to do with home, inheritance, group prosperity, heritage, and ancestors. So there is some stability here with that. So that's a positive. So maybe that's coming out of this situation, this concern about this conflict and this transformation. But there's stability, and there is, you know, maybe some inheritance coming in or some positive ancestral energies here. The last cards I'm going to pull from today On the bottom of the deck, we have good things to come. I give thanks for all that I have and all that awaits. And then we have, the work is done. It's time to rest. I release the seeds and trust the spring to come. Subtle change brings profound transformation. My body, mind, and soul resonate with well-being. Have faith in yourself and trust the process. I am right where I'm supposed to be. So talking about the true sky alignments in regard to Libra at the moment, we do still have Jupiter in Gemini. So Jupiter could be trining your Libra placement or placements, which is very lucky. And we have had some, coins come up. We've had some, even the gold with Golgi. So we have had some energies that would suggest, positive growth and abundance and things there. Also, we do have the North Node in True Sky Aquarius. So like the fate or destiny of the world at the moment is trining your sun as well. So there could be a lot of fated, destined things happening, which is interesting. We had the Judgment card. To me, I feel like that's like a collective kind of spiritual experience. And then also the South Node is in Leo. So that would be sextiling any Libra placements at the moment. That's more to do with the karma and the past energies. However, it wouldn't be of like friction or anything with any of the Libra placements right now. So that's always a positive, to not have like bad karma kind of energies hanging around. However, Mercury did recently just enter into True Sky Aries. So that could be opposing your Libra placements, and that could be bringing some of this conflicting energy here, I think. This Mercury in Aries, this kind of almost warlike fighting type of energy. We also still have the Sun transiting Aries as well. So the Sun itself could be challenging your Libra placements as well. So yeah, so that's very strong challenge there. Opposition. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you could like, comment, and or subscribe, that would be amazing. If you already have, thank you. And I'll be back again soon with another reading. I hope you have a fantastic month ahead, Libra. Bye.